Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of my Storm fans. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the YouTube video. If you'll give me just one moment, as you keep your arms and legs inside of this moving vehicle, I'm going to make sure that everybody knows what is happening, when it's happening, how to get in touch with everybody involved. I'll be right back. Welcome everybody, welcome to the stream. Thank you all for joining me today as we play, again, something a little bit different. Speaking of different, I look a little bit different. I'm trying out some monitor glasses that I got recently. I stare at a screen for work a lot when I do some data analysis. Typically is like several hours, and getting some monitor glasses, protecting my eyes. Hopefully they're going to last a lot longer. I do a lot of close handwork with my job and then also transitioning to a computer. So protecting my eyes means that you get to enjoy me for a little bit longer, hopefully. Let's get on with the stream. Let's talk Dark Depths. That's what we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing Rainbow Depths. It's a specific kind of strategy centered around the combo of Dark Depths making a Marit Lage avatar token. Pretty impressive. How do we do that? Well, we're going to hopefully do it a little bit quicker than originally intended. We're not going to thaw Dark Depths very slowly. We're going to be doing it all at once using Thespian Stage and Vampire Hexmage. So let's go through those one at a time, shall we? Start off with Thespian Stage. This is a land with an ability. Tap, pay 2. Thespian Stage becomes a copy of target land, except it has this ability. Fantastic. So if we use Thespian Stage to copy a Dark Depths, the way that Magic rules work is that you don't actually copy the counters on a permanent or an item, game item. So there are no ice counters on the copy of Dark Depths, and Dark Depths reads, when it has no ice counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, create a Marit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. It just so happens that Magic's starting life total is 20. So I think that that's a little bit of a combo, don't you? Let's see about how this is going to work. This is a classic Legacy archetype. It's kind of fallen off the wayside in terms of this particular build in favor of a Naya build that's really just green-white and splashing some red for sideboard cards like Pyroblast and Meltdowns and Minsk and Boo, things like that. But this one has a pretty storied history that I'm going to not know all of. However, there is a current reigning record for the number of trophies procured in Legacy leagues for an entire season. And as far as I know, that current record is held by an MTGO username, Negator77, real name Tom Hepp, and he pioneered kind of this bug Dark Depths strategy that then turned into a Rainbow Depths strategy with the inclusion of a mana base full of rainbow lands, Mana Confluence, Gemstone Mine, not pictured, City of Brass. And at the time, that was to get around a prominent piece of removal for Dark Depths in Submerge. You're no longer playing any forests. We're going to ignore this Yavimaya for just a little bit. You're no longer playing forests, and Submerge is not going to be a problem. It had the really nice secondary effect of being really inexpensive. No bayous means that this is actually not playing a single reserved list card and is relatively inexpensive. This is a great compact combo trying to very quickly get out a 2020 and can be played in paper relatively simply. So I've got this kind of piled up into a bunch of different functions for these cards. The first pile, we've got mana. Oh, hello everybody. Yeah, okay. Unpundin, hello. Good to see you in stream. Nardolphin, yeah, absolutely. This is a lot of lands. And this isn't even just... I've got them kind of spread out as I'm talking about the function of these cards, but there's a lot of lands here. 26 of them, to be exact. And Melodic Miner, I am glad that you're here on time for stream, and you get to enjoy some of the stuff that we're doing. So, first pile, mana. Including Lotus Petal and Elvish Spirit Guide. And then we have 5 Urborg Yavimaya effects. Mostly Urborg, because that's the more important one in this kind of a deck. Each land is a swamp or forest, in addition to its other types. And when we get to comboing very quickly, these effects actually allow us to do so without casting a single spell as early as turn 3. Really, really cool. The next pile is our kind of combo pile, right? We have Dark Depths itself, the land that we need to use to win the game. And Thespian Stage and Vampire Hexmage are 2 ways to remove those ice counters and either copy or just create a Marit Lage token using the original Dark Depths. The next pile is all of our interaction. This could be also considered protection in some terms, especially these stifles, which we'll talk about in regards to Wasteland in a bit as I move it over to the next one. But Inquisition of Kozilek, Thoughtseize, Boseiju, Bojuka Bog, Caracas. We are a tutor deck, actually. We have 8 tutors, Sylvan Scrying and Crop Rotation. Really, really neat ways to have a toolbox land package. And Bojuka Bog and Caracas are some of the ones that can be gotten by both of them. And then Boseiju, typically don't want a crop rotation for it, but we have 5 copies of the effect thanks to Sylvan Scrying. And then Stifle, obviously a disruptive element to Stifle, but this is not a classic Delver Stifle game plan, right? There's only 2 of them, and they're actually serving specific focuses, specific purposes that are focused on moving everything over into the protection pile. So these Stifles, while they are disruptive, I can stifle a storm trigger, I can stifle a fetch land, I can, stifle any number of planeswalker activations. They are actually going to be moved over here into the protection plan. And the main thing would certainly be a problem for a strategy like this. And as it stands, we actually have 6, technically, more than that. But we have 10 protection spells. With the Stifles and Pithing Needles, we have really, really good ways to interact with Wasteland by naming it or stifling the trigger, and Karakas by naming it or stifling the activation. Not of This World is a really fun counterspell. Counter target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control. That really functions nicely for Karakas, primarily. And then it's a 7 mana instant. But if I control a creature with power 7 or greater, it costs 7 less. It is a free counterspell if I have a Dark Depths in play. Obviously, there's only 3 of these. This is not going to be something that we have ready all of the time. But once we're ready to combo out, if we have Not of This World, we can really interact with most things that our opponent is going to be dealing with. Another thing to note, Dark Depths is indestructible. Destroy effects like Fatal Push, not going to work here. The printing of Solitude really did set this deck back quite a bit, right? Swords to Plowshares, Solitude, really efficient ways to deal with a 20/20. Obviously, they're going to let us gain 20 life, and we have some time to reassemble the combo, but it is certainly a very, very important card for us to have in mind as we play through a league. So yeah, it is really simple. This has got one goal in mind, and that's put a 20/20 in play and kill our opponent with it. And we actually kind of skipped over this 4th pile. This is our tutor package. We have 4 Sylvan Scrying and 4 Crop Rotation. Easy ways to find any of our toolbox lands, right? Ghost Quarter, Sajiri Steppe, our Boseiju, Bajukabog, Karakas, or obviously the 8 lands here that let us win the game, right? We have an A and a B, and then we'll see you later. I don't know. As far as the sideboard goes, this is going to be actually, I should probably tell you a bit about where this deck came from. Now I'm not going to remember the username. There's a username who they play Depths strategies, and they actually did fairly well with this specific 75. So well, in fact, that another streamer and Tom Hepp played this on stream. Now, I don't know if you know Doogs on Twitch, but they are one of the most wholesome streamers out there. And he had Tom Hepp come on, and the 2 of them got to pilot this 75 to a really nice 4-1 finish. So I'm hoping to do something very similarly, and I don't have, Negator 77 over my shoulder helping me out, but I think that we're going to try our best, right? This is going to be fun. Our sideboard kind of has a lot of updates from older Rainbow Depths sideboard plans. We've got 3 Flusterstorm, really good interaction and protection. Sylvan Safekeeper, amazing against control decks or those Swords to Plowshares Solitude plans where I can actually sacrifice a land. Target creature I control gains Shroud until end of turn. I can just sack a land and my Marit Lage gets Shroud. Can't be the target of spells or abilities. Now, that's pretty all right by me. And then Tower of the Magistrate is actually a really fun one that has seen a lot more of a renaissance recently from Mercadian Masks. 1 and a tap. Target creature gains protection from artifacts until the end of turn. Now this was really useful against 8 cast and potentially painter decks, because unlike Sojiri Step, which can give a creature I control protection from a color of my choice, artifacts aren't colorless. Psi-Thopter tokens are not colored. They are colorless, excuse me. And Tower of the Magistrate allows me to tutor up a very easy, unblockable mode for my Marit Lage. Really nice. Nardolphin, yes, you are correct. TES has a favorable matchup for this kind of strategy, where this strategy is a discard heavy strategy, and with the likes of Veil of Summer, pretty decent discard matchup. We do have Flusterstorms and Stifles to beat up on the Epic Storm. We have Force of Vigors and Collector Roofs to beat up on the Epic Storm. However, we are not a Green Sun Zenith deck like Naya Depths is, and Pithing Needle can only get us so far. We can certainly try to go faster than that, but TES is not a matchup that we want to come up against. Our discard can be helpful. Beseiju can be helpful. Stifles and Pithing Needles in the main deck can be helpful. Ghost Quarter is essentially a wasteland. Oh yeah, by the way, we're actually playing a Ghost Quarter. This is kind of a fun little tech against Wasteland, because Wasteland is good against us. We're going to be naming it most often with Pithing Needle. However, if we want to get rid of a Caracas, and we have a Pithing Needle naming Wasteland, then I can't do that. So I have to be playing Ghost Quarter to Ghost Quarter or Caracas under a Pithing Needle that's naming Wasteland. Hope that made sense. This has an obvious downside of allowing our opponent to tap their Caracas, find a basic land, and then do something with that 2 mana that they had. They could cast a spell, I don't know, Snapcaster Mage now with the Swords to Plowshares, whereas they were only holding up 2 mana before. I gave them an additional mana, and they're able to snap swords, for example. But we'll see. We'll see how that pays off. I'm not sure. I am not familiar with the ins and outs of these kinds of deck lists. There's a lot of tweaking that goes on, and cards here and there that get swapped around. Yavimaya here, or City of Brass there. 8 discard spells, or 6 like we were playing here. What's our land tutor package? There's a lot of things that you can dial the knob on. Rite of Flame? Never heard. I heard it was banned. It was banned for being too good, so we have to play other decks now. Speaking of have to play things, I almost considered cutting these Collector Oofs on principle, but I will play them. They are a good and powerful card. Oh man, look at that little oof, a little gremlin. A light on? The lights are on. There you go. I don't know. I don't have very good lighting in my apartment when the sun goes down. That's all right. And then obviously we have, Force of Vigor here. Blood Moon is a good card against us. Kind of. If there's a Blood Moon. Oh, we actually have Dismembers for Magus of the Moon as well, by the way. So Dismember and Force of Vigor dealing with Blood Moon or Magus of the Moon, respectively. Dark Depths can enter the battlefield under a Blood Moon effect, and it gains no counters whatsoever. If that Moon effect, whether it's Magus or Blood, leaves the battlefield, the trigger for Dark Depths having no ice counters on it immediately goes on the stack. And I can then sacrifice it and have a very quick 20/20 just by removing the hate piece. So kind of hoping that we can do that on stream. Just end of turn, dismember your Magus of the Moon, attack for 20 in the next turn. So kind of looking forward to it. I think that that's everything that I wanted to say. We're already queued up for a league. And by the way, really, really cool things that are going on with the printing of an old bordered Dark Depths and all of the retro framed cards that we've been getting. We've got Hexmage and Inquisition and Thoughtseize, Sylvan Scrying. We've got a lot of retro framed cards here. I'm looking forward to the fact that this is pretty close to being all old bordered. We've got Ley Lines, Dismembers, Force of Vigors. We're getting there. Fingers crossed that we get some more. It'd be really fun to own in paper and have all retro cards. I don't know. Maybe one time. All right. Let's queue into a Legacy League. And if you do want to own these cards in paper, then you can check out Card Hoarder. And I'm going to tell you about them right now.
With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist.
All right, so Card Hoarder, really, really awesome. You can figure out the exact sets that you want with your rental account, which is something that is unique to Card Hoarder. Pretty excited. And we just got paired into round 1, and I'm on the play. So we're going to be keeping hands that have a direction to them. This is a really nice example. We have Dark Depths, Yavimaya, a Black Source, and we have a Sylvan Scrying, Pithing Needle. This seems like a very good keep. So this Sylvan Scrying has Thespian Stage written all over it, and we can actually, if we don't need to discard our opponent, then we can do all of this very quickly. We can combo out on turn 3. I'm going to keep this. To kind of explain that, we can play out a Yavimaya right now, a Dark Depths next turn, use that mana to find a Sylvan Scrying, to find a Thespian Stage. And Dark Depths doesn't tap for mana on its own, but with Yavimaya out, I certainly can. Okay, so we're actually going to take a beat and play around some Wastelands here. We're also going to be able to play around Days. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I'm going to play the Dark Depths out first, and then the Lotus Petal. Wasteland. Now, the question is, do we need to Inquisition them right now? Or should we Sylvan Scrying into a Daze? Probably not. So Sylvan Scrying will allow us to, next turn, play through Daze by playing the Gemstone Mine, but that's going to take a turn off of our clock, so we're just going to pass. Waste Not? I'm not going to play Waste Not. Not on this stream. I'm going to eat my words for that one, and there's going to be some sick Waste Not combo deck that I want to play, but I doubt it. Okay, we are playing potentially Grixis, although some blue-red Delver lists were playing black just for the removal spell. Oh, okay. It's been a bit since Angus has shown up, but the boy needs to not be in my face. Okay, we drew Sylvan Scrying. I can now Sylvan Scrying, playing through Days. Ooh, Predict. Okay, so we're probably not playing Delver of Secrets. Maybe. I don't know. You wanted to play Gemstone that turn? Yeah, I don't think that I wanted to actually discard. So this is going to be the Thespian stage, and I can play the Thespian stage this turn. And I think now I want to... if I discard now, do I do anything? No, because next turn I can actually still Lotus Petal and Thoughtseize off of the Gemstone Mine, so I'm just going to play it safe. We're just going to pass the turn, and the card that I'm most worried about now is Brazen Borrower. They see what we're drawing. They're playing a Scalding Tarn. They have 3 mana. We do see a Spell Pierce. Okay, and draw Vampire Hexmage. Not bad. So we have 1, 2, 3 lands for the combo, and then 2 mana for, let's see, let's start off with Inquisition here. Minor misstep. Okay. Let's try a Thoughtseize. Brainstorm. Okay. So I'm kind of assuming that there's a Brazen Borrower here that they're hiding. And... ooh, Fairy Mastermind. Interesting. And we have to play around the Brazen Borrower here. And how best to do that? We've got Sylvan Scrying that's going to be able to find a land. And that land that can protect against Brazen Borrower. Sajiri's Step doesn't do exactly like we want it to. We'll figure it out. See what our opponent has in the hand. Ooh. They're not protecting. Okay. Lightning Bolt me. Sure. They have no cards in hand. Got it. Well, no cards I can take. No non-land cards. Interesting. So they need to draw Brazen Borrower right off the top. They have to attack with this Dragon's Rage Channeler. It has Delirium. And then we can reassemble a combo with the cards in our hand. Ah, okay, so they have a blocker. That's fair. That was the island. Oh! I hit it one more time. I hit it one more time than I needed to. I am a professional. Gave them one draw that they just didn't need. Okay. That hurt. I'm going to keep my hand off of the keyboard. It's easy to click more than I need to. Wow. I don't think I need to block, because what I'm going to do is, okay, so they've got a Misty Rainforest. I can just find a, okay. Here we go. We're going to use this and this. It's going to become a copy. I'm going to keep the one with no counters on it. So there's 2 Dark Depths here. One with 10 ice counters, one with no ice counters. The legend rule applies because there's 2, Dark Depths is legendary. I'm going to keep the one with no ice counters on it. And then it's going to go, the trigger is going to go on the stack to sacrifice it. I'm going to sacrifice it, make a 20/20. Go to my next turn. And then I'm going to Sylvan Scrying for a Sajiri step. Name red. And attack. Okay. Got there in the end. Oof. Okay. So, against Delver, I'm going to... So, we're expecting Wasteland and Brazen Borrower, or Petty Theft more specifically. And I don't need... I don't want dismembers. I don't want surgical extractions. I don't really want ley lines, although they're kind of funny against all of their flyers, right? Block or turn a dragon into a dead card, make their Darcy's into a 1/1 that kind of has a bad scry effect. Sylvan Safekeeper, and that's probably it. And then I can probably board out a Bojuka Bog. Maybe I kind of want the Bojuka Bog, just in case. No, I think that the Bojuka Bog can go. They're a graveyard deck insofar as they have Delve and Delirium. They're not a main graveyard deck strategy. So Sylvan Safekeeper in for Bojuka Bog. I don't think that I need anything else. No to the Flusterstorms. No to the Dismembers. No to the Ley Lines. Yeah, makes sense to me. And this has Stage, Dark Depths, Sylvan Safekeeper. This is actually a... This is a turn 2. Oh, yeah. The invitational card, Fairy Mastermind, is definitely seeing some play. It's actually it was in a list that won a Legacy Challenge a couple of weeks ago. Yuta Takahashi definitely designed it to be playable in Eternal formats with Brainstorms and Ponders that can be punished. Oh, Sylvan Safekeeper. Yes, this one also works. I'm going to keep this. Hey, Sleepy. This is a little bit new. I mean, it's a combo deck, right? We're not going to be playing the Epic Storm every single time. Yeah, I know, right? We're going to see what our opponent starts off with. I'm making 20/20s. Our opponent is playing like Grixis mid-range. Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to play D&T on here. No. We're really close to actually getting this all to work. So I'm going to play a Lotus Petal. If they want to daze a Lotus Petal, then that's just fine. I'm going to play a Crop Rotation, or have Crop Rotation up and keep Thespian Stage on tap. And that's it. Not going to do anything else. If I need to, I will Crop Rotation through Daze. Like I said. And are we countering the crop rotation? Okay, we are. I think that that's fine. They took 3 cards out for 1, which is not, or 2, I guess. So they definitely came out ahead on that one, but I think it's fine. We got, okay, so I'll play the Sylvan Safekeeper now. Sleepy. Aggressive on whose part? My part? Oh, their part to wasteland the Thespian stage. Potentially. And there's our Ponder. So that'll be 3 card types in the graveyard. And we'll see what happens. Ponder. They are pondering their ponder, and we get no shuffle. Okay. Not of this world. And Sylvan Safekeeper do similar things. So I can play... Hey Alex, how's it going? I can play a Dark Depths and a Sylvan Scrying for the second Thespian stage of the game. And we're gonna do that. Go to the Thespian stage. Don't Depths first. I can't do anything else, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Yavimaya does allow us to do some things that normally would not be allowed. Oh, Chrome Host Seed Shark. That's a legacy legal card. Sure. Those are things that you can do in this format. And they chose to shuffle their Ponder. Alrighty. Ah, they've got the Wasteland. Okay. Now, I think that I'm going to... So, they've got Delirium on their Darcy's, and I don't have a route to Dark Depths right now. The question is, Thoughtseize them or not? And I'm taking 6 a turn, so I'm already a 3-turn clock. Going to 15 doesn't change that. Actually 14. Nope, not Bolt. Price of Progress. Price of Progress is the better Bolt. I'm gonna get rid of that. They really are playing some cards. Price of Progress actually seems pretty bad with Sylvan Safekeeper because I can just sack all of my lands. Maybe I should have thought about that and taken the Brainstorm. Probably not. I don't want to sack all of my lands unless I'm actually winning the game. This lets me win. Not win, but this lets me put Dark Depths into play. No, this is sideboard. This is a sideboard. I swapped a Safekeeper for a Bajuka Bog. So I can float mana off of the Mana Confluence, Crop Rot it away for... Yeah, okay, we got this. And actually should probably do this now to play around Wasteland than just top decking a Wasteland. Keep the one with no counters on it. All right. I've got an indestructible boy and not of this world. Pretty okay with this. They put a volcanic island in the bin. I can open this up for you guys. They kept a card on top. Oh boy. What do we got? Ponder. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. They can just rip through their brainstorm and then find... they're looking at a lot of cards. Well, there's a Wasteland. And there's the Snuff Out. So they really are... Izzet, Big Delver, and then they just have the Snuff Out, or the Underground Sea for Snuff Out, essentially. Okay. They chose to shuffle. And survey says, well, the brainstorm is gone. We got there. Look at that. Pretty nice. 2-0. 2-0 Delver. Win on the board. Look at that. Remembered to do that. Did you guys notice that I also remembered to unmute myself at the very beginning, and I, was actually speaking and you could hear the first take of my intro? A little proud of that one. All right, let's queue in for another one. And while we're waiting, let me tell you about how you can support this awesome content by becoming a YouTube member. You get access to a bunch of emotes that Sleepy has, that you saw Bryant using, and well, you know what? Let's just hear about it from the man himself.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic.
Well, it's not quite time to combo yet. Our opponent is still needing to be found, but it's not bad. And I'm actually pretty excited about this. This is a fun little experiment. Last week we played Dredge, which was, if we're all being serious and honest with ourselves, Dredge is not a very good deck right now. And we 4-1'd with it. I felt pretty comfortable. I really liked it. We avoided all of the crop rotation decks of the format, right? Crop rotation into a Bojuka Bog. Pretty bad against Dredge. Or, Dredge is pretty bad against. Let me say that. This pile of cards, I'm excited about. I haven't played a Marit Lage strategy, and I'm kind of liking it. Sleepy's going to be excited to hear that. I don't know. Kind of fun. Not of this world. Stifle hasn't come up yet. I like Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is a fun card. Lotus Petal is a fun card. I get to do both of those in here. I'm still playing Storm. I still got a card with Storm on it. So we're doing just fine. Everything is right in the world. Boy. It is taking a bit. What's going on? I don't know. So if you were to pick, chat, I'm gonna have a question for y'all. If you are going to pick your favorite deck in Legacy right now, what is it? What is your favorite deck in Legacy? as we win the die roll and play. Oh boy, this is turn 2. This is fantastic. Trent, Black Saga Storm, very nice. Yes, it's a pretty good one. Very solid option. The Epic Gamble, another solid option. Man, I'm seeing a lot of Storm here. Probably just kind of because it's the crew that I'm going to draw into these streams. Really not surprised by that at all. My favorite is obviously the Epic Storm, and I really liked the stream to allow me a little bit more freedom to try out new things. Dredge was fun. I played Black Saga Storm. That was kind of fun too. Yeah, this one works. Legacy is quite varied. You can play a lot of things. So this is going to be Urborg. Oh no. Oh wait, I have a Not of This World. That's not going to be that bad. Oh, this might be HammerTime. Okay. This is a one of if that's the case. 2 Not of This Worlds. I am loving this. Look at this. Okay. I'm going to do this now because they are a wasteland strategy, and I have Not of This Worlds to just chew up these Caracases. Wait a second. They didn't even... I could have been bluffing. I didn't even need to cast a Not of This World once? What? Do they just not know that Marit Lage is a legendary? They just took me face value. This is what's going on. Okay, sure. Breakfast or Dredge, Nardolphin, I respect that. Breakfast is, I think, my vote for one of the most powerful decks in Legacy. I had a lot of fun playing that one as well. Okay, I'm going to, I think, assume that this is a hammer. Not very many other decks, first off, don't play Yorion, and also do play Caracas and Esper Sentinel. And I think that there is a few content creators that put out some content with regards to Legacy HammerTime. I think that that's going to be where I'm going, where I'm heading with this one. Because of all of that, I think we can cut Caracas and Bojuka Bog. Stifles actually seem pretty decent here. Pithing Needles, they are a wasteland deck. And Ghost Quarter's probably not necessary. I don't want to cut a lot of lands though. You know? Okay, I think I can do that, because Caracas and Ghost Quarter are off-color lands. They are essentially wastes, and Bojuka Bog, while on-color, is a tap land, so I think that I'm fine. I'm bringing in 1, so I'm cutting 2 mana sources. And then what am I going to do? They typically are aggressive and are going to empty their hand out very quickly, so Thoughtseize might actually be a decent pickup. No, I need Thoughtseize. I need to cut the Inquisitions, because they might be a Solitude deck. Inquisition doesn't hit Solitude, whereas Thoughtseize hits Solitude and Frozen. Oh no! Okay, give me a second. We did this before. This is going to be fine. Oh, it's going to look really cool. Give it a second. It's going to work. It'll come back online. Oh, man. Let's see if that works. I plugged it back in. Not sure if it's going to come through. Yeah, this is a turn 3. Sylvan Scrying. Well, actually. Yeah, this is a turn 3. Okay. I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to mute really quick because I'm going to be bumping into the microphone and I don't want you to hear like all that stuff. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to try to fix my camera. I think that it's going to be back on. Oh, no, it was on for just a second. And we're back. Okay. Okay, it did work. I don't know what was going on with that. There we go. We're back. Hello, everybody. I missed your face. Oh, yeah, this is a turn 2. You're correct. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it. I need that kind of positive reinforcement in my life. So we are essentially just kind of twiddling our thumbs. This could get an Aether Spellbomb. They would need blue mana for it. They obviously are playing Mox Opal, which is a way to do that. Does look like Hammer. Yep, there's Colossus Hammer. Okay. We are 2 ships passing in the night. Collector Roof too. That's kind of fun. Do I do this now? Yes, we talked about Wasteland being a thing that deck does play. So, here we go. Turn 2, Marit Lage. Yeah, the Lotus Petal ended up being really nice. Definitely changed the clock significantly. Now, they can... Now, this is indestructible, so even if they... Oh, what are they needling? Thespian stage? A little late for that one. That's pulling the horse away from the cart. We're gonna butcher an analogy. This also is a lot lighter now. You can see my face. It was a lot more dark before, wasn't it? I think so. Okay, they put a planes into play. We're thinking. They can't undo the mana now because they have... Oh, we are using things. Okay. We're going to counter that. And if they have a Solitude or a Swords to Plowshares in addition to this, going to be unfortunate, but they don't. Count it. Look at that. Wait. There we go. 2-0. It's pretty cool. Kind of wish that y'all got to see more of the Legacy Hammer deck. I mean, it's exactly like Modern, except they get to play Mox Opal and Swords to Plowshares, right? Still pretty cool. Yeah. Sweet. Let's roll it back. Feeling pretty good about this. If you like this kind of content, we talked about becoming a YouTube member. You can also become a Patreon subscriber. That more directly helps the website, theepicstorm.com, which if you're familiar with this channel, then you might have ventured into the website as well. We write about, spoilers, the Epic Storm, Legacy combo deck, my favorite deck, maybe not the best deck in Legacy, but it is near and dear to my heart. And I write a monthly article series that is an Infernal Tutoring puzzle series. You are presented with Storm puzzles, and the team and a guest figure them out. And you can follow along with us. You can read ahead and find the spoilers, or you can try to puzzle it out yourself. We actually just had an article become live on Monday, I think. And if you're a Patreon, then you get articles a week early, which is really cool. And we're going to hold off on running an ad really quick while we play against Ozymandias 17. Alrighty. This is not close to a combo. We've got one piece of the combo and then not really anything else. Got some disruption, light disruption, but we're going to mulligan this. This is pretty close. We've got one part of the combo we're waiting for a second, and we can disrupt in the meantime, and we've got plenty of mana to do so with. So I'm going to keep this. Ship an Elvish Spirit Guide. And see what our opponent is doing. Tundra. Okay. Aether Vial. Okay. Are we playing an older form of Cephalid Breakfast? I guess we're gonna find out. I'm gonna play the Mana Confluence. If they're a Wasteland deck, I would actually rather my Urborg stay in play because that will allow me to tap Dark Depths for mana. I can also play around Daze. We're about to find out. Spirits or otherwise. Palace Jailer. Scrubland. Esper Vial. Okay. Palace Jailer is a pretty good card against Dark Depths. It's an exile effect. We don't care about destroy effects. We care about exile effects. And Palace Jailer is one of them. Yeah, this is a throwback. Puts a charge counter on the Aether Vial. Should have just yielded to that one. I don't think I'm ever going to interact with it. Okay, they are likely not a graveyard deck. And if I need more mana, I want the Bojuka Bog to be untapped. I also don't necessarily want to give my opponent a bunch of swamps because we know that they're a black deck. So I'm going to play the Bojuka Bog. Get rid of that Brainstorm. Yes to Sylvan Safekeeper in the sideboard, Nelson, and no to the Green Suns package. We are a pure fast combo deck. Fast, maybe not right now, obviously. Okay, so we know everything but one card because they actually played the Flooded Strand out, thankfully. Look at that. So let's play out Sylvan's Crying and get a Dark Depths and then Urborg, and I'm not going to play out the Hexmage because I see this Palace Jailer right here. I'm not gonna walk into it. Are you saying the Green Sun Zenith is too good for this deck? Come on. You gotta have a little faith. Meddling Mage. Are you gonna name Vampire Hexmage? Oh, the draws have been pretty good. Crop Rotation. That's okay. I have everything I need in hand. Everything I need in hand. Okay, so I have to pay attention to, obviously, this Palace Jailer that we know about, that can come in off of the Aether Vial now, and they have 2 unknowns in hand. They can hard cast a Solitude, which would be kind of a problem. I am going to end step this. They're going to Vial the Palace Jailer, I assume. Now we just need to make sure. Okay, they can become the Monarch. And then I'm going to counter this activated or triggered ability. Okay, and we got it. Nice. I was really worried that they had a Solitude or something like that, but they did not. Okay, against Esper Vial. Oh, what a blast from the past. Do I want Dismember and Sylvan Safekeeper? Yes, I do. Do I want Force of Vigor? That's going to be in a maybe pile. I don't think I want anything else. Collector Oof, no. They're obviously an Aether Vial matchup, but this is more for the likes of 8-cast or Painter. Not for this kind of a deck. Surgical Extraction, no. Leyline of the Void, no. Tower of the Magistrate, no. Flusterstorm, nope. Okay, so I have 3, potentially 5 cards to bring in. Stifle. Again, potentially very useful. Bajuka Bog, not very useful. They're not a graveyard deck. They may have 1 Mystic Sanctuary, maybe. I'm not so sure about that. Sajiri Step, yes. Yavimaya, yes. Karakas, actually might be pretty decent here. Ghost Quarter. I don't know if they're going to be a Wasteland deck. This is a 3-color deck. Yeah, I think that I can take out Ghost Quarter. And then I can take out... If they're not a Wasteland deck, do I need Pithing Needles? I might keep in... Well, that is really clean, isn't it? Like, that's exactly what I wanted, right? Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Let's submit. And this is pretty okay. I've got some disruption. I've got the combo. I've got protection. Oh, they might actually have Karakas. They might have a 1 of Karakas. Yeah, that's decent. Decent thought. Our opponent is considering their keep, and we'll have to find out what's going on. They have kept... Oh, I guess they did keep 7. I knew that. We were just waiting for them to start their turn off. Okay. I think I'm going to Thoughtseize right now. Next turn I can potentially Sylvan Scrying, depending on what I see. I don't know. Thoughtseize seems good right now. Baleful Strix, Plague Engineer, Meddling Mage. So, Baleful Strix obviously blocks Marit Lage. Meddling Mage, I actually don't care about necessarily. They'll probably name crop rotation again. They could name Sylvan Scrying, but I have the combo in my hand. They'll likely not name Not of This World. I think I'm going to take the Baleful Strix. Their hand is not very good. I have the combo all rolled up. I just need to survive for just a little bit longer. I can just make land drops and play the game. Yeah, Vial Chill. My hands have been pretty solid. I haven't had to mulligan into the dirt, which is a thing that this deck sometimes has to do. So they've got an Underground Sea, and obviously Meddling Mage is coming my way. Ozzy is pretty good with the naming of Meddling Mage. I would assume that they're going to name something good. Sylvan Scrying. Wow. All right. Got it in one. Okay, that speeds up my clock by 1. It's pretty nice. So, this turn I can Besage you something if I need to. Artifact, enchantment, or land. Oh, hey. Hey! First off, insane rip from my opponent. Second off, got it all rolled up anyway. You know, Unpundin, you were correct. They do have Karakas. Unfortunately for our opponent, I don't think that I care. They get to find a land. Totally fine. It is not Karakas. I'm going to do this. Oops. No, I don't want to thaw Dark Depths. I want to... Oh no. My camera. Okay. It's really annoying. I don't know what is going on with my camera. Never something simple, eh? And we won the match. Look at that. Okay. Count it on the board. 3-0. Camera or not, we're rolling. All right. Well, I'm going to run a little bit of an ad and figure this out. Let me tell you about the token pack that you can get.
Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game.
Well, while I keep figuring out this this camera issue, we're gonna queue up for yet another opponent. We're gonna crush. Let's do it. The turn 1 Needle on Wasteland obviously hasn't happened yet, again. But I feel like I'm doing okay. I think that there have been a few moments where I've screwed up, but it's been just fine. Tried turning it on and off again. Yes, absolutely. I have only learned how to break my camera, but I am pretty good at it now, actually. I am unplugging and turning things on and off as necessary. Yeah, not that fancy. It is definitely not that fancy. Because it's not working like it should. Up against Geodude Jared. I know them from something. Can't remember what. Doomsday. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, well, I'm going to turn this off really quick. And Thoughtseize, not a quick combo. I don't think that this is a keep, but it's close. I don't know. We have one half of the combo and disruption, but not anywhere we can get to the second half of the combo. What do y'all think? Should I keep this hand? Should I keep this hand that has disruption for a potential Doomsday player, which I do think I remember them playing Doomsday, and then a very quick combo once we can get it? What do we think? Yeah, it is an interesting art for it. Okay, yeah, Trent, we're gonna mulligan. We'll take your advice. And feeling iffy on this one as well. Green mana. We have black cards in our hand. Gonna mulligan this one. I will keep this one. I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to put back the second Dark Depths and the Elvish Spirit Guide. Or there's really nothing to name with Needle other than Cyclers. So, yeah, Bryant, bottom the Needle. We are on the same wavelength, I suppose. I am going to Thoughtseize them right now. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, Cavern of Souls does inform me that they are playing Doomsday. I'm going to... So I can't take them off of any kind of cantrip, so I'll take the Thoughtseize. Misty. Big surprise there. They want to cast all of their cantrips. Now, they probably know that I play the Epic Storm, and this hand is quite good against the Epic Storm. But not against Dark Depths. Not bad. I'll leave that. This is a potential way to interact with their combo. Not really sure. My camera has yet to reconnect. I'm not sure. You just might not get my beautiful face for the rest of the evening, which, you know, I'm fine with, I suppose, but y'all might be disappointed. They found land 2 and chose to not... So they chose to shuffle on the ponder, and then they're just directly playing out a land. And, oh, okay. It's because they have Dark Ritual Doomsday. Yeah, the pre-recording has started. Hello, everybody from YouTube. My opponent is a paid actor, and I am playing MTGO Premium. Now, with this Doomsday, I have a choice. Dark Depths doesn't count for tap for mana, so I can either Besage You or Stifle. I cannot do both. And they are on Turbo Doomsday, Griefs, and Cabal Rituals. They are playing Consider. They are not winning the game this turn. They have Lion's Eye Diamond there. So potentially, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4 Lotus Petals. 1 Underground Sea, 2 Underground Sea, 1 Watery Grave, a Swamp, and another Underground Sea. I think that I can just get their mana out from under them. They don't have 2 mana to Besage You. I think that they don't have another mana source. They have 4 Lotus Petals in here. They have 3 Underground Seas and a Watery Grave and their Swamp. They only have the island. Oh, they have the Cavern. That's right. Damn. Never mind. I knew about that in hand. Yeah, Trent, you got it. Cavern. So I know that they have Force and Daze in here. I'm going to just concede. I'm not going to show them the Stifle. Alrighty. Surgicals and Flusters come in. Pithing Needles come out. Not of This Worlds come out. Stifle's pretty good. All of the discard is great. Bojuka Bog, not very good. Ghost Quarter, potentially good as a disruptive disruptive element. Caracas, not good. The thing is, do I want Collector Oofs for Lotus Petals or not? That's a potential question that I have. I don't have an answer for necessarily. And then if I'm doing all of that, I actually don't have enough cards that I want to bring in. I might actually keep the Caracas for a potential sideboard juke of... is it Yawgmoth? It's the 4 mana one. I want to know whatever the Praetor is. Okay. We're going to keep it all as is. See what happens. Shieldred. Thank you. Yes. Shieldred's the Praetor, not Yawgmoth. One of the pawns of the Praetors, I suppose. Alright, enough fiddling with the camera that's not going to work tonight, I guess, and I would like to play first. Okay, so we have everything in here that we need, and we have disruption. So I need another black source. I'm gonna keep this one. Start off with a Thoughtseize. I have enough disruption that this is potentially very helpful, very useful. Force the Thoughtseize. Okay. Terrifying. Just absolutely terrifying. Street Wraith? What are we doing? What? Typically those are post-Doomsday things. I guess they can do them now. And later. Okay, there's the Doomsday. I have, depending on what their pile is, I can Ghost Quarter them and Stifle them. I can Collector Oof them. Just depends. Doomsday does exile, yes. Search your library and graveyard for 5 cards, exile the rest. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts in the graveyard, or in the exile zone. So Collector Oof is not gonna be it. They brought in Flusterstorms. Let's count the forces. 1 force, 2 force, 3 force, 4 force of wills. I'm not terribly concerned about days. LED is already in here. Yeah, 5 artifacts. Valchill is a bro. Absolutely. Although we missed you last night. Where were you? Flusterstorm. That's not bad. Okay. I am going to play out my interaction that I can. You only get 1 tap with whatever land you put in there. Swamp here. Let's see. Land count. 1 underground sea, 2 underground sea. I think I'm gonna stifle this. It looks like, okay, so hold up. 1 underground sea, 2 underground sea, a watery grave, a swamp. It looks like they've built their pile with lands involved. And they're just going to... No, I'm gonna make my opponent choose. Maybe they choose. The Flusterstorm, they don't. They choose the Stifle. I just don't have to pay for it. They picked the Sylvan Scrying. Wild. That is not what I was expecting them to pick. I don't need to win with Dark Depths. I can just attack with a Collector Oof. This is my win condition. Not stage depths. Okay, draw step, another Hexmage. Their pile might be double Oracle. Brain freeze is legal, yes. Well, I'm going to do the thing I can do. I'm not really sure. So they've got an Underground Sea, yeah, okay. I would like a crop rotation. I would like a blue source. Hey, crop rotation. Oh wait, I don't have another Ghost Quarter. Never mind. You know, I asked for that. I didn't actually want that. Oops. Yeah, they're just building a slow pile because I can't actually combo them. My hand is interaction and never ended up working out like I wanted it to. Another Stifle. Thespian stage. Can I crop rotation for anything that is useful here? No, I don't think so. So they just have the second Oracle, and I don't have the answer. Okay. I don't have Wasteland. I do not have Wasteland in the pile. There is a single Ghost Quarter and not Wasteland, and I've already used the Ghost Quarter. So we are now 3-1, playing for the nice bread and butter 4-1, as they say. Whoops. There we go. Oh, I think that's just fine. Doomsday is probably a difficult matchup for a deck like Depths. We're not playing Endurances or anything like that, which could potentially interact a little bit better. That's just fine. I did win the die roll, though, so I'm going to do that. So this technically has all parts of the combo. I can Thespian stage, Pithing Needle turn 1 named Wasteland, and then turn 2 pitch a Spirit Guide to Scrying for a Dark Depths, play the Dark Depths, and then I'm just kind of working through it. But this Thoughtseize is a dead card. The Sylvan Scrying number 2 is a dead card. think I'm going to keep this. Figure out what our opponent plays. Painter. I'm going to keep this. Our opponent plays Painter. If we just name Grindstone right off the bat, do I do that? I don't know. Our opponent has one result a couple of days ago with Grindstone. I don't know if most 6s are better on average, actually. I just need to name Wasteland just in case they're on something else. Like, I could get cute and name Grindstone, but I just gotta play legitimately. You know, a 6 might be better on average. I think that this has all of the right things going for it. I've got both parts of my combo. Fable. This might be Moonstompy or Painter. Either one. Not sure yet. Yeah, I think that it's Painter. So we can grab the depths. I'm going to play the stage just in case they... well, actually, I don't have a way in the main deck. Oh, I have Besage You and Lotus Petal. So I am actually... If they play a Blood Moon, then I'm going to wait to play out the Dark Depths. So I actually don't have to worry about ice counters at all. And if they play a Blood Moon, then I can just draw to a Lotus Petal and a Besage You. Yeah. Our opponent says, hello, TES livestream. Alrighty then. Say hi to our opponent, everybody. I wonder which one of you this is. Hopefully was, right? Okay, they are not watching. They have specifically said so. And I believe our opponent. Don't you? Portal to Phyrexia. Okay, so this is Painter. Oh, Doyle, this is not Storm. Not at all. This is also not my face, but welcome. We are playing, actually, the last round in a league. They are not. Okay, Ancient Tombs. They have red mana now because of the Goblin. There's the Painter's Servant. Oopsies. His Pithing Needle would be nice on something else. Goblin Welder. Okay. Dark Depths is nice. I can just present lethal. Doing it just fine. You have to kill me now. And you didn't have the grindstone in the previous turn. You have access to it. But you're not gonna... Is this enough? Okay, this isn't gonna change anything. Ooh, spicy. Yep, portal to Phyrexia. Sacrifices 3 creatures. Not bad. Good to know about, isn't it? Okay, what am I gonna do? So, Portal to Phyrexia, ETBs, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. I can't beat that currently, but I can Pithing Needle Goblin Welder. I just need a Pithing Needle. And I can't get a Pithing Needle any way other than just ripping it. I also can draw Stifle. Bog. You know, that's a card that exists in my deck. You know, that's fair. This whole toolbox thing. I have so many things to remember that are in my toolbox. I wasn't thinking about copying Saga because I have to get rid of the Lotus Petal to do that. Wasn't super excited about that. But if I get Bog, then it is a land that will tap for mana. He can just swap the treasure for it, but it's in play. Crop rotation also works. But Beseju could work. Maybe. No. It just needs to be the Bog. Currently doesn't have an artifact in the graveyard to like weld these back and forth. But this could have been done a turn earlier. And now I'm just dead to... Yeah. Okay. I will concede. Could have done this a turn earlier, and this Saga wouldn't have gotten a grindstone. Okay. Well, that's my bad for figuring that out a little bit late. Quite a bit late. Okay. These are the cards that I want, and then the cards that are maybes. Pithing Needle seems great. Stifle, less so, actually. Not of this world. They're really not going to be targeting me. And then, let's see. Same thing with Sajiri Step, right? And Caracas. I guess Sajiri Step can stay in. They still are a blast deck. I don't know if they're going to keep the blasts. I can get rid of the Caracas though. Ghost Quarter can hit the Urza Sagas, which are not bad. Beseju is decent against this opponent. Bojuka Bog also decent against this opponent. Force of Vigors, Collect Roofs. Leylines, probably not. Can I find 2 spots for the Dismembers? Are Stifles worse than Dismembers? Yeah, I think so. What am I going to be stifling? Obviously, a grindstone activation. I could stifle Saga activation. I can stifle a handful of things, but they're really not going to be very good. Dismembers, Collector Oofs, Force of Vigor seem like better options here. Oops. I am reinstalling my camera hub. I'm going to play first. This is not going to be good enough. I am close, but I am going to learn from my mistakes and mulligan a little bit more aggressively, trust my 6s and 5s to be better than a mediocre 7. This is much better. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to put back Elvish Spirit Guide. No, I'm going to put back Lotus Petal, because if I put the needle in there and I need to cast something with Lotus Petal, then they can weld needles back and forth, whereas if I have Elvish Spirit Guide, I can use that mana instead of the Lotus Petal first. Yeah, okay. At least that's my thinking. I think I'm going to Thoughtseize first. Magus of the Moon. Look at that. Okay, so they had a turn 1 Magus, and they don't really have much else. Yeah. A mountain. A nice mountain, by the way. I like that art. Crop rotation. Not bad, not bad. No, I'm gonna wait on that. The Pithing Needle could name things like the welders, so that's not gonna be something I need right now. I could play out the Hexmage and start beating down. Yeah, that's fine. Something that I cannot use the Elvish Spirit Guide for, but this is gonna allow me to crop rotation this mana confluence and present lethal. Actually, I was a little slow on the uptake on that one, so this is just a win. And they probably get Portal to Phyrexia, I guess. And Snaring Bridge, also a good one. Aaron, yes, this is a win. So end step, Crop Rot, the Mana Confluence, get a Dark Depths. I'm going to win with just a 20/20 in play. That feels pretty good. I like that. Aaron, you are correct. Yes. There might be a little bit of a delay in terms of text in the chat and my speaking. Not really sure. Am I gonna change anything? We saw the Ensnaring Bridge. I have Force of Vigors and Besejus already. Pretty decent, and I could bring in some Graveyard Hate. I'm really not sure about that. Like, do I bring in Surgical Extractions or Ley Lines to hit the things that they'll weld back and forth? Or just kind of call it good? I think I'm gonna call it good. Oops. this is very hateful for towards my opponent, and has a potential combo rolled up. I still think that I'm going to do the whole every single time. Sorry. Just these pop-ups while I'm reinstalling this. I'm gonna mulligan. Trust my deck to do the thing that it needs to do. This one I will keep. And I'm gonna put back Ghost Quarter. No, this is bad. This is not quick enough. I'm gonna mulligan this. Go to 5. This is perfectly acceptable. I'm gonna keep this one, put back Gemstone Mine, and a Pithing Needle, I think, or no, the Elvish Spirit Guide. It'll be the Elvish Spirit Guide. We've got an uncounterable 2020, thanks to Urborg. And on turn 1, we can Inquisition. Oh, they're going to name... What are they going to name? They have a 50-50 chance. If they're stream sniping, then they got it. They named Thespian Stage. I know that y'all are going to give them some crap about that one. They're not stream sniping. They're going to be just fine. I'm not cool enough to get stream snipers. Magus, look at that. Okay, Goblin Welder. And a Braid for Pithing Needle of our own, I suppose, or... Sorry, I get these pop-ups as I'm trying to do all of this. Okay, so they've got that. They didn't play anything. Okay. Well, I will play out a Thespian Stage. I guess let them know that they named the correct thing. Not sure. They've got a Goblin Engineer. Okay. That's a new one that we hadn't seen before. Ensnaring Bridge and a Grindstone. Wow. They're doing everything that they want to be doing. Okay, so I can take the Abrade and then needle Goblin Engineer. Sure. So they have Goblin Welder in hand. I will needle the Goblin Engineer using black mana, because I can. The slow thaw. I hope that we don't have to slow thaw, but just in case. This is a mulligan to 5, so we're not doing too bad. This Grindstone is ready for them to just pop off. Oh. Well. Okay, I have Dismembers in, don't I? Yes, I do have Dismembers in. The opposite way that I would have wanted that to go. What you really want to do is play the Dark Depths after the Magus is in play and then Dismember. That way it doesn't enter the battlefield with counters on it. Man, I even drew the Dismember. That's all so close. Okay, let's play a mountain. If I find another Dark Depths, I'm doing okay. The Welder's in play. Now they can weld out one of these artifacts for an ensnaring bridge. I'm going to hope that when that happens, they weld out the Pithing Needle and I can potentially dismember the Magus and activate Thespian stage whenever that happens. I don't know. This is not exactly what we wanted to have happen. So, Force of Vigor plus green card. Okay, so I can dismember the Magus. Destroying Needle, Beseju, and Force of Vigor. Okay, we're in combat. I'm going to dismember the Magus now. Now I get that the goblins can still attack, but we're that much closer to dealing with the ensnaring bridge. I don't know. Force of Vigor and green card. Oh, double Magus. Got it. There's Force of Vigor. Yeah, I need a lot of stuff. Now I need... This is not going to work out. I need green card. And yeah, they're keeping the welder up. This is not going to work out. Yeah, it is definitely me being dead. Oh well. So we turned a nice undefeated start to this league into a 3-2, but I think that was fine. We lost to Magus of the Moon. Land's strategy losing to Magus of the Moon does make a little bit of sense. We had the ability to get there if I had sequenced my land drops just a little bit more carefully. If I had held on to the Dark Depths and played it after they deployed Magus of the Moon, then I had the ability to draw the Dismember the very next turn, dismember the Magus, and attack with a 20/20 because Dark Depths doesn't come in with ice counters, and as soon as the Magus is removed, then the Dark Depths gains all of its abilities again, and I can sack it to create a Marit Lage. A little unfortunate. I think that this was a lot of fun. I had outs in both games, or both matches that I lost, once against Doomsday and once against Painter. Not great odds against Doomsday. A little bit better against Painter. But I think that this was a lot of fun. I really like this. I might play another few leagues before I have to return these and figure out what I'm going to be playing next week. But until then, think of my face fondly. Hopefully you'll see it next week. Be thinking about things that you want to see and let me know. If you guys want to see something, talk to me. I don't take donation decks, but if there's something that I want to play and you guys are wanting to see it and it all lines up really nicely, I think that we can make something work. Thank you all for being a lovely audience. Thank you for chatting. If you do like this content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also become a YouTube member or a Patreon member and support the content that you see, and that really actually helps out quite a bit. Thank you all for chatting. It's been lovely hanging out with you this evening. I'll catch you around.